Tony KATZ, Facebook, Tony KATZ Radio, and former Vice President Joe Biden, please run for president. Please be the gaffe machine that will so make my job so much easier. Gaffes like what? I am so glad you asked. Gaffes like this when on the Today Show there on NBC. He's on the Today Show, is the vice president, and he's asked a question about guns. It's a really, really good question from one of the people in the audience. Let me give you the question here.
Yeah, Brianna with a question about gun control.
Hello. So with the tragedy that just happened in Texas, my question is, how do you justify the Democratic view on gun control when the shooter was stopped by a man who was legally licensed to carry a gun?
That's a great question. That question got asked on the Today Show, I think it was yesterday. I don't know who this woman is. That's a terrific question. That question isn't political in nature, in that it's not trying to attack. It's saying, here's what Democrats believe. Right? Clearly, they have an opposition to the Second Amendment and an opposition to legally carrying firearms. This seems obvious. So when you take a look at Texas and you take a look at this guy, Kelly, I can't remember his first name, don't even care, murdering 26 people in a church, stopped by Stephen Williford, who had a gun, who had a firearm. It was an AR-15, and was able to get two shots that hit the suspect. Right? Hit him, was able to stop him. He then got into his car and drove off, realized there was no hope, and took his own life. So here you have a guy who, because he had a firearm, was able to stop a crazed, sick, disgusting, despicable person. How do you reconcile those things? That's a great question. You can't deny it. That's a great question. And then there's the answer from the former vice president.
Well, first of all, the kind of gun being carried, he shouldn't be carrying. Assault weapons are... I wrote the last serious gun control law.
Who cares what you wrote? He shouldn't have had the gun. He should not have been able to stop this shooter. What should it be? He shouldn't have had an AR. By the way, assault weapon. An AR-15, you're talking about a platform. It's not an assault weapon. There's no such thing as an assault weapon. I want to know what would have been okay in Joe Biden's mind for Steve Williford to have.
And fired 2 blasts outside the house. By shotgun.
Oh!
By shotgun.
Shotgun, of course. I should have known.
You don't need a machine gun. You don't need 30 rounds. By shotgun.
Yeah, that's it. As Joe Biden famously advised his wife, you don't need a machine gun. What you do is you hear somebody at the door, you go out to the balcony right there from our second floor bedroom, because, as you know, we live the life of Hamlet, and just fire 2 blasts directly into the air. That can't do any harm anywhere. Taking gun advice from Joe Biden is a terribly, terribly bad idea. Taking gun advice from Joe Biden is as bad as taking dating advice from George Takei. Really bad idea. By the way, you could have put anybody in there. Joke would have worked. I'm Tony KATZ.
Hammer and Nigel.
Twitter